A few minutes later, Nora finally arrives home. "Mom, I'm exhausted today," she says as she walks through the door. My mother immediately leaves what she's doing. "Oh, sweetheart, sit down. I'll make you a fresh cup of tea," she says with a gentle smile. From my room, I hear every word. I quietly close my eyes. A heavy feeling settles in my chest. Sleep refuses to come that night. I keep turning from one side to the other while endless thoughts race through my mind. Why does everything feel this way? Why does Mom treat us so differently? Am I imagining it? Or is it actually true? The next morning, I decide to stop thinking negatively. I whisper to myself, "Come on, Mira. Mom loves you too. Maybe you're just reading too much into things." I force a smile. I help with the housework. I try to join the conversation during dinner. I do everything I can to feel closer to my family. But that empty feeling never leaves. It's still there. Then one evening, something very small happens. To anyone else, it might seem unimportant. But for me, it changes everything. Mom brings 2 slices of cake into the living room. One slice is large, the other is much smaller. Without hesitation, she hands the bigger piece to Nora. The smaller one comes to me. With a smile, she tells Nora, "I know this is your favorite." Then she glances at me. "This is enough for you." I stare at the tiny slice in my hand. I smile on the outside. Inside, another piece of my heart quietly breaks. Later that night, I sit alone in front of my bedroom mirror. For a long time, I simply stare at my reflection. Then, almost in a whisper, I finally admit the thought I've been trying to ignore. I think, Mom loves Nora more than she loves me. The words hurt even more after I say them. Sleep doesn't come easily. The room is silent except for the ticking clock. Tick, tick, tick. Every second feels louder than the last. I keep replaying the cake incident in my mind. It wasn't really about the cake. It was about every little moment before it, every smile, every choice, every time I felt invisible. I hug my pillow tightly. A dull ache settles deep inside my chest. By morning, I'm awake before everyone else. Mom is already in the kitchen making breakfast. "Good morning, Mom," I say softly. "Morning," she replies without looking up. I stand there for a second, hoping she'll notice me. I want to tell her everything. I want to ask if I've done something wrong, but the words stay trapped inside me. Instead, I silently help prepare breakfast. I cut vegetables. I pour the tea. Everything feels strangely normal. A few moments later, Nora walks into the kitchen. "Good morning." Mom immediately looks up. A warm smile spreads across her face. "Good morning, Nora." I watch them quietly, saying nothing. It's a tiny difference, but it's impossible to ignore. At breakfast, I gather enough courage to speak. "Mom, yesterday at the bookstore, Before I can finish, Nora interrupts. "Mom, my boss said I did an amazing job yesterday." Mom's eyes light up instantly. "Really? That's wonderful. Tell me everything." Their conversation continues. My unfinished sentence is swallowed by the silence. I lower my eyes to my plate. No one notices. No one asks what I was about to say. But then, as I quietly reached for my glass of water, I froze. I accidentally overheard something that was never meant for my ears. One single sentence. A sentence that would completely change the way I looked at my family. And after hearing it, nothing would ever be the same again.